Daydreamer Place.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we finally have the final normal hero awakened, and that is Heavenia. Okay, maybe I'm wrong to say that because May is also gonna get awakened in Korea soon, but let's give some attention to Awakened Heavenia aside from Awakened Rin. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a full breakdown of a skill set, okay, which has really been on my mind, and I'm really amazed at what they have given her. And followed by that, I will be doing a test run with her in smart mode, okay? Okay, so let's take a look at her skill set. So her passive, Mana Capture, is very unique and first of its kind. Basically, it leeches on opponents' healing capabilities to give your whole team a 4-time buff in physical attack by 200%. Okay, so I know that in the description they wrote amplifies and allies, which is saying that it only amplifies one ally, but I will show you guys that it actually applies to the whole team in the later part of this video, so do stay tuned. Okay, so this is the 200% is actually the maximum amount of buff you can get, and you which you can amp your physical attack by. Okay, and this is 100% more than Eileen's buff herself. Okay, and it also specifically states that it excludes vitality effects and also excludes turn-based healing effects, which means healing effects over time, such as those provided by Lina and Hayoung, for example. Okay, and in smart mode, she gains the exact ability which Chris is very famous for, and that is healing when enemies die. It is the same, totally the same as Chris, 30%, no more, no less. Okay, I think this is really big to me because we often use Chris for this particular ability, and I know Chris has his zombie revival awaken skill, but okay, that is aside the point. But normally people use Chris because it helps to heal the whole team conveniently and helps to prolong and sustain your run in smart mode, right? So this is a very important skill and very good skill to have here on Heavenia, a normal hero. Okay, so on her first skill, Judgment Sword, she does 2000 fixed damage 2 times, which means 4000 fixed damage in total, slightly lesser than Eileen's 4500 if I'm not wrong, but this is still a good amount. Okay, also reduces buff duration by 3 turns and also recovery by 80%. Do note that the decrease in recovery rate by 80%. This is the first time a normal hero has this ability. Ace has it, but he's a special, and Eileen's passive also has it, and even that requires an exclusive item unlocked. Okay, so this is the first time a normal hero has it. So in other words, she not only leeches on the enemy's healing capabilities, but also tries to shut it down. Okay, do take note that this fixed damage is not going to work on floors with Atalanta in smart mode because this is a 5-man AoE and doesn't pierce. Okay, and I think they didn't give her piercing because they can't make her too good. Yeah. So for her second skill, 160% in total, nullifies block, which is great because this basically removes the beginner player's need for Platine and maybe even Teo. Okay, I mean, Teo is still a good investment. Also helps to remove buff, which means you can get rid of zombies very easily. Okay, I don't think this skill is too huge a deal, but block nullification can come in really useful if you couple her with Teo, if you use both of them in smart mode. Finally, her awakened skill, Meteor Explosion, is also a 5-man AoE, doesn't pierce, and also resets cooldown, which is great. Inflicts 5000 fixed damage in smart mode, which is probably the most so far on a hero, I think. And again, no piercing, so this is useless against Atalanta floors with the earth element. Yeah, and also it specifically buffs 2 to 4 target skills by 50%, so this actually is aimed to buff Bidam's damage output even more. Okay, so she's a great support hero for Bidam, which is a Tartarus or should I say smart mode specialist in that sense, smart mode DPS. Okay, so with her exclusive item, she actually removes the need for Ryan. So this is super good because she increases accuracy rate of all allies, and I think She's the only normal hero that is able to increase accuracy rate for the whole team. Okay, previously this was exclusive to Ryan, and now we finally have a normal hero with this capability, but of course with her exclusive item. But again, if you take everything into account, okay, just think about it, she actually gives the beginning or returning player a lot less reliance on building and collecting so many heroes, because she basically substitutes Ryan, Platine, and sometimes Eileen on certain floors. Okay, so I actually went through Tartarus already, and just I'm specifically saying Tartarus because I think Tartarus is the toughest of all 3 floors, and I think she, looking at her skill set, okay, all this healing capability, I think Tartarus is filled with all these heroes that will require her. So I'm looking at Tartarus only. Of course, if you guys see that she's useful in Celestial Tower, then of course go ahead and use her. Okay, but in Tartarus, I've listed certain flaws that I think she will be very good in. So in Tartarus, once again to recap, we face tank units, so this, and full block units, so her block nullification comes in really handy. And then we have healing units like Nerja, Platine, the light element, Chris, okay, Lina, and Karin. So all these healing units, Heavenia is gonna make use of her mana capture and buff your team. Okay, and the earth element, which requires fixed damage to destroy, Heavenia has no problem doing that. Light element, which you require accuracy to even touch, Heavenia actually gives you the buff with her exclusive item. Okay, and lastly, she heals the team whenever the opponent dies, so this already provides even more sustainability for your team in Tartarus runs. Okay, so as you can see, she's a very good all-rounded hero in this case, except she doesn't have piercing, so yeah. We're gonna test her out in floor 20. Why floor 20? Because as you can see, okay, 2 healers, or rather 3, because the light element heals as well. Okay, so I specifically wanted to show you guys if it actually triggers when Chris heals, because Chris, the healing capability of Chris is not an active skill used. Okay, it is a part of his passive. So I just want to show you guys that it actually triggers her passive, her mana capture ability, okay, even when Chris heals. So this is just gonna be my team. I'm gonna try to do some damage first, so that, you know, this will trigger Lina or Karin's heals. And then you can see, so just take a look right now, okay, there's only 1 blue icon on top of all my heroes. So Lina heals. Lina, oh, it doesn't trigger when Lina heals. Okay, so Karin applies the healing, and then you can see that above Bidam there's 1 more blue orb now. Okay, so there's 1 more blue orb. It didn't trigger when Lina healed. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna go in again, and then hopefully we get to see the buff being applied when Chris kills. This testing is very important. I'm gonna shift so I can see Alicia's icons. So not gonna do anything, but I think Karin's still gonna proc the healing. So as you can see on top of Bidam and Alicia, there's only 1 blue color circle, which is Heavenia's passive, okay? No, why don't they kill? Okay, so light power, this heals the team, and as you can see, every hero actually got 1 more blue circle on top of them. Okay. Still unable to see Chris's, if it procs on Chris. Gonna do this again. Okay.
Silence arrived.
Okay, so this will kill both. And as you can see, all my other team members got one more blue circle on top of them. So this actually says that, this actually means that it procs when Chris heals the team. Okay, so it also procs when Chris heals the team, not just active skills, as you can see. So I will assume, based on this observation, that it will also apply to maybe heroes like 13. So we're gonna do one more test run on the highest floor of Tartarus, okay, and see how she really can perform. I've given her a guardian ring with evasion. So first off, I'm gonna use the judgment sword to reduce the HP of the earth element by 4000, and then this I will use Elisha Starfall, okay, to get rid of the earth element. Do note that, okay, here we have Kagura. Whenever she uses a skill, it heals her, and this actually triggers Heavenia's passive as well. So Kagura's healing capability is also considered an instant heal, even though it's a passive. It's part of her skill. I mean, it's part of you being instantly healed by a certain amount. So I'm trying to just get rid of this ace, but he's so not dying. So again, Kagura. This will actually trigger and probably renew the 4-time 200% buff. Again, using Judgment Sword first, and then using Elisha's fixed damage skill. So the reason why I've given my Heavenia a guardian ring, okay, a 3-turn or 4-turn guardian ring, is because she has a 3-turn immunity as well. 3-turn immunity already, so giving her a willful ring may not be necessary, but we'll see how this goes. Finally, no choice, have to use Bidam's skill to kill off the ace. So do note, she actually already heals the team whenever ace drops to 1 HP. I guess that's considered dead already. So using Meteor Explosion for the first time, 5000 fixed damage. Still unable to kill the earth element, but not to worry. Okay, unfortunately she dies because earth element reduced her buff. So I think her survivability is of question. Okay, her survivability is of question, definitely, and I think, okay, maybe a 4-turn willful ring is essential for her because she has no way to survive by herself. She takes full damage. Okay, at this point it's pretty tough for me. And especially, as you know, this floor has a Bronze and Bronzer, which has very high accuracy rate, and has Berserk. Yeah, so my Bidam dies here, and I think I cannot clear the floor anymore. But you did see her capability, that her only drawback here is her survivability. So she needs to be able to survive on her own, basically. So that is what I wanted to show you guys, how her unique passive physical attack buff works and when it is triggered by opponents' healing effects and skills. Okay, so as you can see, basically the review for her is that she is very useful. She can help you in smart mode. However, her survivability is questionable. Okay, so how would you actually buff her? As you know, my Heavenia actually don't have really good armor in this case, but not PvE armor. But okay, so Whether or not she survives with PV armor is another question. However, I think she definitely needs a 4-turn, at least 4-turn willful ring. Otherwise, she's gonna die really early. Okay, and do let me know. And do let me know what you think of Heavenia and how. And do let me know what you think of Heavenia and whether you will consider using her. I know a lot of veterans don't need to use her until new smart mode flaws come out, and I think that will be coming really soon, so stay tuned for that. So I hope you guys found this video useful, so do give it a like if you think so, and do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time in my new videos. Thank you.